Survival Economist here. I'm out here at the Missouri Mine State Historic Site, and I brought the family here with me, and we're going to go learn about mining. I think it's important to get outside your house, go out and learn as much as you can, especially if you're interested in commodities, how things work. Every little bit of knowledge that you can gain will help you out. And so I definitely want to check out this mine that was fairly near my house, and we're going to go in and check it out, and I'll let you know what I find.
The chassis, the ore cars, the tracks, also down. Because scrap iron wasn't worth enough to pay the labor costs to get it out. Simple enough. Anyway, this one's just like the other one. My favorite story here, we always have retirees, or I try to have a retiree working here usually. And I had one guy, he was a character. I always called him crusty, hardcore, crusty old miner. I'd tell him, we got along well, but I'd tell him he was untrainable, but that was all right. Kind of do our social structure and mining in Missouri, sure. Most real miners kind of look down their nose at the tip digger. That's what they call it, tip digger. That's what they call themselves. And it's like, it's kind of like one notch below grave digging or something. You're just a shovel guy, not really a
Barite.
miner. And then you listen. One of my favorite things I heard recently, while I'm sitting there shaking my head, is the Chilean miners. Yeah. 7,000 feet of steel cable that big weighs enough to break itself in half. Just the weight of the cable hanging down there will break it, with the cage and hoisting ore and all that. So 3,700 is what we did first drop. We would have guys who would drop down, get out of the cage, they had sharpening drill seals on this station. I think that was about 5,600 feet that day over there. And there's this rumbling in the shaft, and that is the only way out. And all these rocks, and I took off running down drift, and I come back or I look back and I thought I was safe, And there's these rocks the size of the refrigerator.
Hello, Survival Economist here, and I was going to follow up with my day at the museum, and this was the Missouri Mining State History Museum, and it was really great. It was really interesting. On the way, I took my family. We had fun. We stopped at antique stores on the way. There was one antique store we stopped at, and a couple pawn shops. I bought some earrings at a pawn shop. I got a pretty good deal out of it. They were gold, and I got it for $79. They had little diamonds in it. At the museum, museum was really interesting because I want to understand metals more. I want to learn about gold and silver. So it's really important that we all go out, turn your TV off on your Saturday and Sunday, and go to the museums. Go to your mining museum. Understand how it's pulled out of the ground. Understand the values of it. So at the mining museum in Missouri, I learned that Missouri is a huge lead mining leader in the entire country. All of the lead, 80% comes from Missouri. And actually it comes from galena. Galena is kind of a shiny, it looks like a shiny boxy metal, but it actually does have silver in it. It has a tiny, tiny amount of silver in it. So of course they dig into the ground and they dig up this galena. It's all rocky ore. They work really hard. They get it to the top, and then they crush it. They crush it and crush it, and they show you all the machines there. This is something I bought there, by the way. It has a bunch of different minerals, and these are minerals of Missouri. That's what's interesting about it, and that's why I got it. It was only $2. But back to galena, it actually is what has lead in it. And so all these mines, what they do is they get the ore out, they crush the hell out of it, until it becomes like a dust, literally like dusty. Then they use water to separate the different values. And actually the lead, they use chemicals too, but the lead rises to the top and then other sediments go to the bottom, and that's how they separate them through this process. And then they use parts of it for gravel, chat, parts of it for lead. They can get a little bit of tiny amount of silver out, and that actually adds up after a while. Really, really interesting. You should go to the museum, and I showed you a few scenes earlier. Anyway, it's really important to get out there and learn. What I learned, you do learn a lot about how hard it is to mine, how difficult it is to mine. Obviously, one of the issues with lead is the question of lead poisoning. Here's another tip. Always get a guide. Pay for the guide, pay for the tour. They tell you exactly what happens. You need that person there telling you. They're experienced people. They really are passionate. Ask a lot of questions. Lead poisoning was not a problem because in the form that it comes out of the earth, it's actually not toxic or dangerous. It's only after they do the chemical processes that the body can actually absorb this. And one of the things they also get out is barite, which is ends up being what can be barium, which is what they give you when they're going to give you, I think, if they're going to do that MRI scan or something, where you drink this stuff and they can scan, and the barium actually does not get absorbed into your body, and that's all I know about that. But they actually have barium and galena, and mostly only a part of the galena is actually lead. Anyway, it's really interesting. You've got to get out there, find your local mine touring site. It's really interesting, and you actually learn a lot about mining. If you're going to get into mining stocks, if you're going to learn about gold, silver, how is it produced, how is it, for example, silver is not mined specifically. It's a byproduct of other items, and that kind of can give you some ideas of what to invest in and when to invest. Anyway, it's really interesting, and you need to get out there and learn too, and I hope this helped you.